Hey, everybody out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation, it's Jason the X, and I'm still in quarantine and slightly going mad. But there's only one thing I can do at this time, and that's go to my computer, play some video games, read some books, and maybe reread some comic books. But in this time, there are a certain people in our community who are a little bit more hurt by it, and we like to support all of our local artists, especially those we know. And I've got a friend of mine on, artist. He wants to tell me about a new project that he's working on. Ladies and gentlemen, it is David Dowd. David, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on, Jason.
I'm hoping everything's okay with you and yours in this trying time of ours.
Oh, definitely. I'm a nerd. I'm prepared to be stuck at home.
As as introverts, we got all our games, and I'm streaming Picard right now. Trying
Oh
to
yeah, I started that too. It is awesome. Loving it.
But another thing that's awesome is you are starting up another Kickstarter with actually somebody else I know, a Mr. B.J. Lewis, who filmmaker, very talented man, also a wrestler.
Yeah.
The guy's got a lot of things that he does, and he does them well. Now you've done comic books and Kickstarters before. I've seen you at local conventions. Of course, you've worked on your baby Dusk, which is one that I'm familiar with. But
hmm
you're starting up something with BJ. Tell me a little bit about it, man.
Yeah, sure. Because I know BJ from obviously he's local and he does amazing work. And we actually shop at the same comic shop, which is Madness Comics and Games up in Denton. To give a shout out to them because I know they're hurting a little. And not to be confused with the other great store up in Plano, which is Madness Games and Comics. Got to get all the plugs in. But anyway, so we've talked about working with things. He was going to help us do web series. He's done some great superhero web series and
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
one of my
And
favorite works, Party Girl of his.
oh yeah, Party Girls and amazing. And I did like what he did with the original pilot of Cheerleader Karate
Hmm.
School. Now, mind you, he is very intense, so he's not happy with the way it went. So he's doing it as a comic book now. And so I said, well, then let's do a crossover. Then that's very classic, superhero type of comics, where you have Batman fighting Superman sort of thing. So that's what we decided to do is show some love for Denton, put Denton in the book, cross over our characters, and have some fun. And I've done that before too. Me and Terry Parr with his book, Aerobicide, the Extreme Ninja Workout. I'm a hype machine here. We did a couple of crossovers and had some fun with that. So I knew it helps both of us out because, it exposes each other to each other's audiences. So it's a great marketing tool. It's fun to do. So, why wouldn't we do it?
Well, I mean, and you mentioned some people who are very near and dear to me, and that's in the artist community, and I do enjoy their work as well. Now we're doing a karate cheerleader high school book
Yeah,
from the web series that BJ wants to expand on. He wants to get it back to his roots, or so I'm hearing.
yeah, that's it. He wants to do it as a comic book, and I wanted to support that and all that. And since his concept has a lot of supernatural stuff, them using their
Mm-hmm.
powers to fight demons and such, it's like, well, that's right up Dusk's alley. So let's just have them team up and fight, a supernatural monster, and have fun with it.
So, as I'm looking at it, is a 22-page comic book.
Yep.
What are some of the okay, well, first of all, you're launching a Kickstarter. When is the Kickstarter launching?
That will be Monday, April 13th.
Monday, April 13th. Mark your calendars, folks. Get get in on it. Of course, we're going to have a link to that in the description below, so make sure you go and click on it and support. Now, the goal you're looking for, $2,300. That's not a lot.
No, it's not. And mostly the money is going for the obvious cost. And the bulk of that is for the artist and the colorist and a few printing costs here and there. And actually, BJ himself has been learning lettering for his comic book. So he's donating his lettering work to get it all lettered.
And some of the rewards, I mean, of course, always as a reward when whatever I'm donating to a Kickstarter, I get the comic book. Which
Yes.
you can give me a digital version, but you know what? On this one, man, I think I want my hard copy version of it, so you can count on some shekels from me. That it just happens to be the day I get paid too. So I'll definitely be
Awesome.
back in your Kickstarter, and I do like the properties Dusk and Karate Cheerleader High School. It's that's a title I enjoy. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I give you some money on that. But tell me about some of the rewards that you're going to be offering people if they donate to this.
Yeah, yeah. I try to focus on the content, but I know Kickstarter wants, some of the cool extras. So I try to have some fun with that. And I also teamed up with some locals as well. There's Jim Noble, who does Totally Rad Comics. He's doing a crossover cover with his character.
Oh,
Uh, um, God, I'm forgetting it's the Totally Rad Life of Violet, I believe is the title. He's, a lot of words flying around, but we're doing a crossover cover where his character with our character, so it'll be a three-way crossover. We're doing a special cover with that. The folks out of Madness Heart Press down in Austin, they do a lot of great horror books, and I love their publisher there. And he's doing a unique one to where he's called the Kaiju Poet, and he
nice.
his special tier is if you give him a monster in a city, he will do a haiku of that monster destroying that city for you.
Oh, that sounds right up my. Being a giant monster and giant robot fan, destroying cities. I think that's right up my alley.
Yes, and with the tier, you'll get some of his digital books they publish and the finished digital book of all those haikus that he's doing because he's not just going to stop with one.
Okay. I do have some pictures here. I do want to ask you about. I think this is the cover that I'm looking at. Wow, this is some great artwork here. Tell me a little bit
Yep.
about the artist that's putting his
Yeah.
heart and soul into this here.
The artist, the main artist, is an amazing guy. Helmut Camacho. I'm probably saying his name wrong because we only talk online, but he did the whole book. He did a lot of the prints for us and the cover. He's an amazing guy, and you can saw he just surprised he hasn't broken out more. And it's funny. I learned of him through his dad, Dominic Rocho, who does amazing work and did the work for Demons in the Darkness, which I hope to tackle later once we get through this whole crisis.
Well, I got to tell you, already, I like the artwork. I like the concept. So it is something I want to back. Tell me about some of the levels that people can back your project at.
Yeah, sure. There's the basic one for $5. You get the digital. For $10, you get the book. There is try not to. Well, actually, I'm on the computer. I can go
Actually,
read
I
them
have a
all.
list here too. I was cheating. I didn't want to break up the screen that I'm on. Like I said, all this is still kind of new with me doing this from home.
Yeah,
But
like I told you, there's the Kaiju one. There's the Total Rad crossover one. There's a North Texas exclusive one where you get some stickers and some exclusive prints. We're doing one where there's a photo cover variant where um, Wild Designs, Beth Howard,
oh,
dressed up as Eve, and she'll be in the photo of one of them. We're doing there's one for shops. There's even $100 one to where if you want to be in the book, if you want a page, like if you want to do advertisement or put your own story in there. And we're doing this super limited one for 750 to where will only print 50 of each of these covers, where I have three artists lined up, and one of them's Terry Parr, to where you can have yourself drawn on these limited covers, and you'll get 25 copies of those covers.
wow. Yeah, I'm looking at the. Yeah, you've done a good job of laying out how the money will be appropriated throughout the book, with the projected costs, art payments, and everything. It's a very good Kickstarter, man. I you think 15 days is good though?
Well, you see that was the trick. Is I waited on a couple of reasons. One is obviously they need the money sooner than later,
This is true.
and shops need content sooner than later. So I could done the whole month thing, and also I've done some research, and they said sometimes the 15-day ones fun faster. They seem, you don't lose that momentum. There's no laws. It's all just
Boom,
the
boom, boom,
sell, the
boom.
push, and then you're done.
Well, it's very well laid out. $5 gets you the digital comic, 10 gets you the physical and the digital level, and these are very manageable. There's even some Dusk digital copies of Dusk in here too. Nice.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, that kaiju horror one really is speaking to me, and I might have to do that one. So anyway,
And
the Kickstarter is launching April 13th. Team up between you and BJ Lewis. I definitely want to push the word out once the Kickstarter goes, once Kickstarter commences, and I hope you guys are successful in this one.
Thank you. I much appreciated, and always thank you for your support. And glad you and your crew is doing well.
I mean, we're it's hard not getting them over here to do shows, but hopefully, at a point I'll be reading this new comic book. Maybe I could have you over to do a little bit of a deep dive into it, maybe with you and BJ.
Awesome. That would be total fun.
All right. Good luck with the Kickstarter, guys. In the description, you want to go and back this Kickstarter. Always back our artists, because without art, the world is a pretty boring place. David, thanks for Google hanging out with me today on this interview, and best of luck, brother.
Same to you.